The wait is over. You were waiting, right?
Oh, God. No. Please, no.
The end is nigh. Darwin and Kat are back.
This is Pop Culture Garbage Barge, the show where we sift through the baffling, confounding, beautifully messed up things that shaped us growing up. The products were weird, our hair was weird, our families were very weird, and somehow all of that became the raw material of who we are today. Kat and I have stories. Yeah, we have stories. Some of them hurt, some of them are absurd. Some should be studied by a team of doctors or maybe a hazmat crew, but every one of them, every embarrassing moment, every confusing situation, and every "why is this happening?" shaped us. And this is the kind of stuff that probably shaped you too. So let's not hide from the cringe. Let's celebrate every kid who had bizarre, overly specific, nerdy interests, helmet hair, Kmart clothes, and the desire to break free of it all, only to find themselves coming right back home. So if you ever felt out of place, awkward, or cobbled together out of pure chaos, congratulations. You're one of us. The Garbage Barge is officially boarding.
Get on the boat.
Weirdos.
Darwin, I want to talk about cheese.
What? Cheese? You hate cheese. I mean, well, at least you can't have it.
Well, yeah, I can't, but I've tried, and it's never, ever ended well. So I'll explain that more in a sec, but I want to bring up Exhibit A from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. Frankenstuff.
Oh, you're here with receipts.
Yes, Frankenstuff.
Frankenstuff. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, God. Yes. That weird hot dog,
Yeah,
right?
It's coming back. All right, here's what I found on Frankenstuff. Frankenstuff was a short-lived experimental Hormel product. A hot dog modified to contain an internal core of melted cheese. The specific formulation of the cheese was never disclosed by the Hormel Corporation, and surviving documentation provides no definitive clarification.
It's the classic all-American hot dog, but we give it a new twist, stuffing the center with cheese or chili.
No, I think they still make them, or someone does. I've seen them periodically, but inconsistently. Not that I examine the hot dogs at the grocery store that often. Did you have these at your house ever? Was this like...
Oh, hell no. My parents were not going to buy something that fancy, but I did try some at a slumber party. And I don't know, picture a bunch of 6th grade girls. It was right after Stiff as a Board, Light as a Feather, and Bloody Mary in the mirror. And I tried a Frankenstuff, and it was much scarier than Bloody Mary because of my cheese allergy, even when that cheese is made of plastic.
And I just should clarify for listeners, you are not, it's not a lactose thing. It's literally a cheese allergy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're a Franken allergist.
Yeah, Velveeta could take me out. But is that real cheese? I have a dairy allergy, so I have to avoid all dairy.
Now, I really wanted to try those hot dogs at once in my life. Like I was a kid, I hated hot dogs because, of course, I was a weird kid.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna be my mom, my wonderful, dear, late great mom, and say, what kind of kid doesn't like a hot dog? You really
I heard that a lot.
You really didn't like hot dogs?
Hated them.
Wow.
Just a little bit more than fish sticks, or maybe fish sticks a little bit more. I don't know. Like they were.
You hated the
hot.
Gorton's Fisherman as well?
Made me throw up. I'd bite a fish stick and immediately be like, bleh.
He and the
It wasn't
Tidable
good.
Man can just go F themselves, is what you're saying, basically.
So yeah, I was a weird kid. But
Okay.
I don't hate the
This
hot
counts.
dogs now, but I don't eat them because they are terrible for your colon. Like I don't mean like the shits. I mean like they will kill you.
They'll just
you
all
know?
get
Like,
stuck and you'll die.
I think that's where polyps come from.
Oh, no.
But they are super bad for you. But a lot of that meat is, but in moderation, So once a year I have one or two. There's a place in Maine, Flo's famous hot dogs, and they are really amazing. But other than that, no. But you're not missing anything with the Frankenstuff. Like when I finally tried them, terrible. Like that cheese, I would call it today, like in today's terms, Timo cheese.
My dad said I'd never have any success in life because I can't eat cheese.
Because you can't eat cheddar or Gouda or can't munch on a brie wheel.
Okay, I'm gonna help you picture the scene here. I'm coming off that slumber party Frankenstuff massacre. I'm a green, sickly, itchy little 12-year-old. And my dad calls me into the den, very seriously, stern look on his face, and he tells me to sit down. And I could tell he wanted to discuss something very serious and important. And he said, Kathy, your life is going to be a goddamn disaster. And I said, why? Because you can't eat cheese. All right, here's the problem. When you go for a job, the man will offer you a plate of cheese and you reject it. He's insulted and you don't get the job. So here I am, and I'm picturing what job interviews are going to be like. And I'm wondering, at what point does the cheese come out? Well, you know what, Darwin? The cheese never came out. I'm still waiting.
I would like to know what jobs your dad interviewed for when this happened, because I don't remember when we did our interview for the morning show on WZMR.
My dad was in the garment industry. He didn't work at the mac and cheese factory. I don't know where this happens, but he was convinced I would be a failure throughout my life. There was no cheese. There was no cheese at any job interview ever.
Yeah, our parents told us so many weird things, and we just believed them. Like, we just believed it.
Well,
like I could come up with we'll talk about these during the show.
We will, but you know why we believe them? Well, they were our parents, number one. But we didn't have a choice because our parents were basically Google back then. They were the ones I would ask about life or everything. It was either my parents or the neighbor's older brother / uncle who blew off half his thumb with a cherry bomb. I'd also go to him.
Yeah, I'm thinking though, as we're going through this, and I hate to say this, but now that I think about it, your dad was kind of right.
Don't you dare. What? Why? No, he was not right. There was no cheese. No, where was the cheese platter? How was he right?
Well, it wasn't an interview, but it happened at WEQX, of course. See if I jog your memory here.
Okay.
When we worked at EQX, the station got invited to be in the Rutland, Vermont Halloween parade.
Oh my God. You are right. You are right.
And we had a promo meeting, and everybody's like, this is where we worked at the time. They did not have enough money in the budget to go buy Halloween candy. Like, no joke. And so I said, why don't we call up Cabot Cheese and ask if we can give away cheese? And who would have known you can just call up Cabot Cheese? It's Vermont.
Hello, Cabot Cheese. How can I help you? I mean, I'm sure they have a phone.
Yeah, well, when I said, they were like, are you sure? I'm like, kids love that shit. Yeah, kids love cheese. Well, one of our salespeople did. They called them up on the phone. They were like, hello, I don't know, like you said. So Cabot agreed, and boxes and boxes of cheese showed up. And so we're driving the van through Rutland, right? And
if you don't know about Rutland, when you picture Vermont, it's beautiful and lush and covered bridges. And Vermont, the Rutland part of Vermont is a little rougher.
Its nickname is Rut Vegas.
Okay.
So do what you will with that. I haven't been there in years. I don't know if it's improved, but it was where you go to get high, right? Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah.
It was a little scary. And we're rolling around in the van, and all of a sudden we hear like, cheese! Cheese! Oh my God, cheese!
There were waves and droves of Rutland orphans rushing the van for their cheese.
Orphans?
Well, that's what I pictured. I mean, please, Sam, have some cheese. Do they talk like that in Vermont? I wasn't there for that long, so.
But they did swamp the van.
They did.
We couldn't drive. They were like, cheese! I thought we were going to die. I thought it was over.
I felt like the Beatles with cheddar. But I want to ask you about Velveeta. So, I feel like an alien who's been beamed down, and I want to hear about your Earth cheese. Is Velveeta actual cheese, and do you like it?
Well, I have a confession. I actually love that shit. I know.
It's okay.
Okay, so I was just ragging on hot dogs, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mr. Too Fancy for hot dogs. How do you feel about Velveeta?
There's something special about it. I don't know. Like, I'm a cheese bitch, okay? Like, I buy expensive cheeses at the specialty market. But God damn it, there's something special about Velveeta. There's only one use for it, though. There's only one, mac and cheese. What were you going to think?
I was like layering it in the garbage.
Some people, like, I know it's ultra processed. I know it's ridiculously expensive. It's like $10 for a block of that beautiful golden chemical cheese food.
Okay, but I just want to say, and this is no hate to my cheese loving friends and family, which is like really the rest of the world loves cheese, but I'm over here and I feel like Edward Scissorhands and I want to give you a hug, but I can't. Like, I want to try this stuff, but I just can't. Snip, snip, snip. I will cut you if I try.
But it'd be such a delicious way to go.
Well, might be worth it.
And it has less saturated fat than other cheeses, by the way. And at our age, we need to consider that now. So,
All right. I'm still not sold, but
So your cholesterol will be low as you're destroying the rest of you.
and I can just stab myself in the face with an EpiPen. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's just weird. So my husband really hated the idea of Velveeta for a long time. And finally, I didn't tell him I put it in mac and cheese once. And he was like, this is the best mac and cheese I've ever had. And I'm like, Velveeta. So
he knows now. He's not going to find out when he hears this.
yeah. So not only does he know now, but we were at the grocery store one time and he goes, oh, can you make mac and cheese this week? And I was like, sure. And he goes, well, grab some Velveeta. And I was like,
wow, look at you converting him. You're evangelical cheese magic.
I did. So I mean, I really do love cheese, but in a way that's probably a problem. I mean, when I lived in Arizona, they didn't sell Cabot cheese there. So
how is it a problem? Is it like illegal in a few states, like what you do to it, or what are you about to spring on us?
Arizona has some crazy laws, so perhaps maybe I was breaking the law.
True.
I was jonesing for it, but there was no good cheese there, like the grocery store, and I wasn't into fancy stuff. But my mother, bless her heart, who's amazing, she decided to surprise me, and it was winter, so I'll just put that out there. She mailed me a whole bunch of Cabot cheese.
Wait a minute. She mailed you cheese? Mm-hmm. Is that legal? Like you just put a stamp on it like a coconut?
No, she actually used an envelope.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But it was winter too, so it was fine. And it was going to Flagstaff. So
nobody wants a gooey summer envelope of cheese.
So you never growing up even had the government cheese then, did you?
No. I never had government, private, or otherwise cheese. I just can't do it.
I mean, the government cheese is kind of you'll see it on the internet at times. People really miss it, which sounds really weird that people would miss like government cheese, but I loved it. So I grew up kind of poor, but my grandparents were like, they didn't have money and, they were in public housing when they were old. So they would get the government food. And it's kind of like a mix between Velveeta and real cheese in there. It was kind of like salty and tangy and had a rubbery texture or something that was good for melting. Right?
I'm sorry, it was veering off to something that didn't sound like food and sounded more like a polymer, but okay. No, I have many friends who grew up on government cheese and they absolutely loved it and are kind of nostalgic for it. So I have heard this.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it was like 5-pound blocks of pale orange glory.
I sound so out of touch. I've heard of you people eating cheese before. I don't mean it like that. It's just that it's something I can't consume. So that's all.
I get it. We know. It's you're like,
hold on, let me get my Grey Poupon. Oh, I left it in my Rolls Royce.
It had a really distinctive smell. Kind of, I call it default cheese.
Oh, you're not selling it, honey. You're not.
No. Okay, it wasn't gourmet, but it was good. All right.
Got it.
But there were a lot of actually, oddly, in the 80s. There, I was really little. There was canned government pork that was pretty good, and the government butter was good. But
see, I'd probably be with a can of pork. I do love my pork.
It was good. You would have liked it. It was really good. But then they had government peanut butter.
Ooh, crunchy or smooth? What did Uncle Sam dole out?
So it was really high quality, oddly. When you buy the expensive stuff that you have to stir it because it's got all the oil and stuff.
That Laura Scudder bitch, you got to mix her up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little gritty. It was that stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't full like chemicals
high
and
end.
shit.
That's like more Whole Foods.
Yes. Yeah. This stuff was good, but the cheese was my crack. Like that was my crack. It all started with the government cheese. That's a correlation, by the way, in the brain of people who really love and crack. Like there's a correlation. I'm not like Hunter Biden here, okay? I'm okay with my cheese.
Well, some people smoke cigarettes. Some people drink too much. I'd rather roll the dice with fentanyl than cheese at this point, but I am happy that you can enjoy it.
Thank you. But you really should be living in a bubble. I mean, your food allergies have just turned into a tsunami of what the fuck this past year or two, right?
I want to give you a garbage barge moment because you brought up a bubble. Boy in the Plastic Bubble, 1976 TV movie starring John Travolta. Does this ring a bell?
The true story of one boy's courage. John Travolta is the boy in the plastic bubble, a USA premiere event, Sunday.
I was not alive, but definitely saw it. And it's terrible.
I saw this when I was little, and I was really little, so I thought it was pretty believable. Okay, this guy lives in a plastic bubble. Cool. He goes to the park. He sees a friend on a horse, and he's all inside his little round world. But then I saw a clip of it as an adult, and I realized that it's Vinnie Barbarino from Welcome Back, Kotter with a Brooklyn accent and a compromised immune system. And he's like, hey, I got no white blood cells, so I'm in this fucking bubble. And it was not as good as I remember.
Doesn't he get older and he gets into high school and he wants to like see the outside world? And
Can you
then
imagine
he goes
bringing
to,
that
like,
guy to the prom? I think it would actually be kind of fun. Everyone's going to start like moshing with him and he's just like, woo! He just sails away.
Yeah, doesn't he go to the beach with like some portable bubble thing or something?
I think, well, he had anywhere he went, he was in his bubble.
It's just so bad. Like
I'm in a fucking bubble. All right, I don't think he actually said the F word because it was like a TV movie, but in my mind.
Now, was this was before Grease, right?
Okay, so Grease came out in 78. So yes, this was pre-Grease when he was still doing TV movies.
But
it might have been after Carrie.
Was it before Staying Alive?
Yeah.
Or Saturday
that
Night,
was
Saturday Night Fever,
Saturday Night
right?
Fever was 77, 8.
So this is right before he made it.
Yeah.
Where he didn't have to do this anymore.
Yeah, he was still,
right?
Yeah, he was at the stage of his career where he was like in a bubble, but about to blow up.
It's like, it's one of those things I feel like I'd be really embarrassed to have that on my credit, you know? Right? Wouldn't you?
I think I'd actually be kind of proud of it. Have you actually seen my IMDb? Like hooker number 3, dead hooker, and hooker number 12. So that would
have been bitch in the bubble.
Absolutely an upgrade at this point.
Because there had to be a love story in it too. Like.
Well, yeah, he
right?
had. Yeah, I think if you watch the trailer online, he's in a park in his bubble, and like this girl he has a crush on like rides by on a horse, and you can't fit a horse in a bubble. I don't know. There've been a lot of medical improvements, but I'm still pretty sure.
Well, at the end, I remember the ending. Spoiler alert! I'm going to ruin this TV movie. I think this was the ending. Doesn't he get out of the bubble and get on a horse with, like, what's their name, like Gina or something, and ride off with her? And that was the end of the movie.
That's horrible. I don't remember. I don't. I admit.
Yeah, I feel like that was the end of it. We don't know if he dies.
Does she come over and like romantically pop the bubble, like she stabs it with an ice pick? And his
he just
last
stepped out of it.
dying moment, he gets on the horse. He's like, oh, I fucking love you, Dina. Now that I'm out of my bubble, let's kiss. And she's like, oh, kind of gross.
Yeah, the first kiss, he catches everything she's ever had and dies. I don't know.
Just be thankful you weren't born yet, so you didn't see it in its first run.
Thanks for finding Darwin and Kat, Pop Culture Garbage Barge, by the way. If you like what you hear, please follow, like, tell a friend, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts, and it really helps keep this barge afloat. Until next time, happy sailing.
Get on the boat and relive the pain. Helmet hair is rising like a hurricane. My cat's my best friend, and so is my bike. I'm chasing radio signals for any signs of life. Pop culture garbage barge, growing up weird made us who we are. Pop culture garbage barge, get on the boat, dork, and bring your emotional scars.